The more that comes out about Matt Walsh's new movie, the more it looks like it's going to be a hilarious expose on modern leftism, a way that, in an absurdist form, will be undeniable. When people watch it, we will finally get back to the pointing and laughing stage that we should have been in this whole time. Yesterday, it was revealed that there was some part of the movie where one of the worst race grifters on the planet, Robin DiAngelo, Matt Walsh actually tricked her into giving money to his producer, who happened to be black, to make up for imaginary sins that she never did. Now, today, even more information coming out. I'm looking forward to seeing this movie. Like I said, I think we should support it at the movie theaters. I would love to see a big box office for it. Matt and I don't always agree on everything, but we 1,000% agree on this. And since Matt works at the Daily Wire, you know he agrees on running an ad. Check this out. Huge shout out to This Game for sponsoring this video. Imagine stepping into the realm of gods and warriors where myth meets might and the battlefields are filled with a legendary champion straight out of Asgard. Interested? Well, then stay and I'll tell you a lot more about the game. Raid's running their biggest event to date, the Asgard Divide.
Loki.
Send them my regards.
Whoa. Okay, alright.
Mother.
Do you love Norse mythology? Like their characters, Loki, Thor, and Odin? Now's your chance to get them and add them to your champion collection. Raid is running one of the biggest events to date, named the Asgard Divide. Everyone can get legendary champion Loki the Deceiver for free simply by logging into Raid for 7 days between now and October 23rd. Players can then log in for an additional 7 days after that to earn even more rewards and access a second phase of rewards once the 14 days of login bonuses have already been earned. The whole event will continue from August 21st to November 22nd. Players can get the other 3 Norse mythology themed champions via in-game activities, so check in-game to learn more about that. New players, if you click my link, log in just for 7 days and you can get a limited champion Loki for free. You can also get an amazing in-game amount of loot with an epic boss killer Grizzled Jarl and Knight Errant upon reaching level 25. So just hit my link, and once you're in, start crushing your enemies. Come find me under the name Colt's Dad and join my clan, and we'll be legends together. By the way, I'll be live tonight streaming the debate, 8:30 Eastern, over on Rumble, which will be linked in the pinned comment down below, as well as Quartercast. If you're YouTube viewers, make sure you subscribe to Quartercast. That is my live stream channel. Also, promo code DEBATE, 20% off. CoffeeBrandCoffee.com. Now's the time to give us a try. We've got your last chance at summer flavors. Fall flavors are rolling out next week, I believe. We've got our blueberry cobbler, strawberries and cream. We've got unflavored. We've got dark roast, decaf, double calf, bourbon, Ethiopian, Colombian, anything you could want, whole bean or ground, 20% off with promo code DEBATE. Pick that up. Now, this article came out. Matt Walsh exposes anti-racist grifters getting rich off white guilt, selling a disease without a cure. Matt Walsh is asking a simple question, but it can be a pretty bizarre task in today's post-truth era. In his 2022 film, What is a Woman?, he challenged gender ideology at a time when Kinjati Brown Jackson, then a nominee to the Supreme Court, was unwilling to even define what a woman was because she's not a biologist. In his newest offering, Am I Racist?, which hits theaters Friday, Daily Wire personality is taking on the anti-racism industrial complex, which, after the Black Lives Matter protests of 2020, has flourished everywhere from corporate America to schools to the entertainment business. Now, one area that we see a lot of this, obviously, is in like corporations as DE&I. In video games, we see it as Sweet Baby Inc., right? These companies who are brought in for a fee, okay, to tell you if your video game is quote-unquote inclusive enough. They are people with gigantic salaries, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year, with fake degrees like gender ideology and anti-racism and all this other baloney sausage, who take over companies. And they are constantly saying, well, you don't want to get canceled, do you? You don't want to get canceled, do you? I mean, you wouldn't want to get canceled. So you pay these, it's like a racket that you pay the mob in a way. And it's made by its high priests like Ibram X. Kendi and white fragility author Robin DiAngelo, extremely rich as corporate hired speakers. I wanted to look at these supposed anti-racists, the DEI grifters, the one who, from my vantage point, are driving a lot of the racial conflict, and they're making a lot of money from it. If you go back to the 90s, I mean, sure, there have always been people who have been racist, okay? But we never talked about race. We never talked about who people were sleeping with. We lived by the golden rule. Then, after all those people burned down cities for old what's-his-name, and definitely not to get new TVs and sneakers and T-shirts and clothes and electronics or whatever, suddenly the left realized that there was an enormous amount of money in racial division. We already knew that this is the playbook that mainstream media uses, but then we found out corporations figured out that they could profit off racial division. Like, I don't know, Ben and Jerry's, for example, which told the U.S. government to give back the land that Mount Rushmore is on because at some point Indians were there, even though their own headquarters in Vermont is on land where Indians once were. The hypocrisy was stunning, but it was still profitable. Kneeling, talking about, ending racism. It was not even a thing. This country now, in 2024, talks more about race than it ever has in my entire 41 years on this planet. And it's by design. It's not because there's this natural rise in racism. It's because it is manufactured for the sole purpose of control and profiteering. Taking a page from Sacha Baron Cohen's Borat, Walsh dons a sensitive guy, man bun wig, and dresses like a self-serious hipster professor to get his DEI certification off the internet. He invites so-called anti-racism experts who teach him how to, quote, do the work through their definition, though their definition seems to elude them. What follows is a satirical odyssey through the movement. It was no inexpensive lark either. Walsh, posing as Stephen, attends a support group led by Berisha Wade, an anti-racist grief expert. The fee? $30,000. Who on earth has this much money? $30,000 to be told that you're racist. People pay it. Matt Walsh paid it. I will be so happy if you're all extremely uncomfortable. Wade tells the circle of white men and women, when I do this work, these are the type of circles I'm not safe. She asks the crowd what they feel like when they hear the term white people. One after another, they self-flagellate and answer, cringe. Walsh interviews Kate Slater, a self-described anti-racist social scholar practitioner with a PhD in nonsense, I assume. Slater is, of course, a white woman who says she should be speaking to babies as young as 6 months old before they can even talk, I mean it, about racism, naturally. Slater, who calls America racist to its bones, compares that her 4-year-old daughter is still gravitating towards white Disney princesses. Walsh probably said that his 3-year-old baby loves Moana and wants to be the character for Halloween, but it's a pickle. Would that be cultural appropriation? Slater agrees enthusiastically with an F-bomb. She said she would not let her kid dress as an animated Pacific Islander princess. Why? There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Absolutely, positively nothing wrong with it. Nothing. I mean, this whole thing is absolutely made up. The message is that if you're a white person, you're racist no matter what, Walsh told me. The sin is you carry around inherently. Because of the color of your skin, you can never atone for it. You can never be free of it. And there's a good reason, he adds. They are selling a disease without a cure. If you cure it, we don't need the Robin DiAngelos of the world. This is very much like the pharmaceutical industry, right? They are far more interested in treating diseases than curing them. Because once you cure it, you cannot sell them stuff anymore, right? You can't continue to sell people stuff if you cure the disease. It is my opinion. That's why there's so much money in quote unquote trans healthcare. They create lifetime patients by telling them, oh, you need the puberty blockers. You need this. You need that. You need to see a therapist twice a week. You need to do this. You need to do that. You take this pill, that pill, this pill, that pill. You create a lifetime customer from a perfectly healthy individual who may be suffering from a little bit of an identity crisis. D'Angelo charges $15,000 for the private sitting down to discuss her work, which she admits in the film has shared in workshops for Netflix, Amazon, Google, and Snapchat. Among the advice she offers is, quote, white people shouldn't over-smile at black people. Be it a stranger in a grocery store or coworker at the office, that person likely knows why I'm smiling at them. Why? I smile at people all the time. It's not because I have any deep-rooted issues. You know what I mean? You know, there's not any deep-rooted issues. Are we going to allow ourselves to be uncomfortable and do what we can personally? Are we going to sit around and wait for the system catch up? Walsh asks her, using her own language. I can go get some cash for sure. We talked about that yesterday. And of course, we look at Rotten Tomatoes coming soon on Friday, September 13th. Not a single reviewer. The movie comes out in just 3 days. How about a movie that is new, that is also coming soon? Let's see if theaters have, people have reviewed this. Wait, we don't want to go to this. We want to go coming soon, right? View all. It's very common to see reviews for movies that are not out yet, right? Coming soon, right? Here's a review. The Matrix. Why is that coming soon? Babadook. Coming soon, September 19th, 2024. This comes out a full week after Matt Walsh's film, but it already has reviews. Wolves. Opens September 20th, 10 days from now. Has reviews. The Substance has reviews. Different Man has reviews. Last Straw has reviews. These are all September 20th. September 20th, 100%, 100%. Nobody's reviewing Matt Walsh's movie. Why? Because they're afraid. Matt Walsh, not a single review from a verified critic, but I can tell you this, I will be seeing it on opening day, and I will be leaving a individual review. I look forward to Matt Walsh continuing to go absolutely bonkers on the woke nonsense out there in the world, dividing us all. Hopefully you'll tune in tonight at 8:30 Eastern. Linked in the pinned comment. I just linked directly to the video on Rumble. If you haven't yet, follow me there, please. And on YouTube, if you haven't yet, follow me there to my YouTube live stream channel, which is Quarter Cast. That's different than my main quartering channel. We'll talk to you again real soon.